Okay, good day students and engineers. In this video, we will be answering problem about transformer, no? Na kung saan ang gagawin natin, magre-refer tayo ng circuit ng transformer papunta sa secondary. Now, we will be getting the equivalent circuit of the transformer in the secondary side. So, una, you can see here an ideal transformer. Na kapag sinabi kasi nating ideal transformer, there is no coil impedance and kapag ganon, kung ano ang voltage natin sa primary, pwede na daw yun maging equal sa voltage ng source. And kung ano man yung voltage na meron sa secondary, equal na din daw yun sa voltage ng load because there is no impedance, no, para magkaroon tayo ng voltage drop na walang ganon. And then we have this what we call the turns ratio, di ba? This is a one important na alam natin pagdating sa transformer. The number of primary turns over secondary turns is equal to the primary voltage over the secondary voltage. So ito, gagamitin natin yan as letter A. No, para alam natin saan ba manggagaling yung letter A na gagamitin natin sa mga susunod na parts. So dito naman, we now have the actual transformers. Ito na yung mga transformer na meron tayo sa totoong buhay. Ang totoong buhay ng mga transformer ay mayroong coil impedances. Meron na tayong resistance and reactance sa primary side, also resistance and reactance sa secondary side. So because of that resistances, or pag pinagsama, because of that what we call impedances, hindi niyo na pwedeng sabihin ngayon na ang V source equal sa primary voltage. Yung source yung voltage ng source natin, hindi na yan equal sa primary. Kasi meron ng voltage drop dito. Ganon din dito. Hindi na natin pwedeng sabihin na ang secondary voltage ay equal sa load voltage. No? So because of that, we need to refer the impedances so that either of the side, na halimbawa, i-refer natin to, yung buong transformer, lahat ng impedances, dadalhin natin sa secondary side so that pwede ulit natin ipakita na equal yung V source at saka yung primary voltage kasi mawawala yung impedance dito sa primary side. So, ang topic natin for today is ito. Now, the transformer will be referred to the secondary side. So, kailan daw ba natin ginagawa na ang transformer ay nire-refer natin sa secondary side? Kapag yung problem ay naka-fix yung load voltage niya. Mapapansin mo naman yun sa problem eh. Babanggitin naman ng problem na mine-maintain niya yung load voltage. Huwag mo daw babaguhin yung load voltage. Dapat ganito lang yung load voltage. Na kapag si problem specific na ganun, no, na dapat ganito lang yung load voltage, i-refer natin yung transformer circuit natin to the secondary side. So, ito ngayon nangyari, engineers, no, and students. So, dahil ni-refer natin sa secondary side, yung transformer, aalisin natin sa equivalent circuit natin, aalisin natin yung impedance sa primary, dadalhin natin lahat sa secondary. So, kaya ngayon, yung tawag na natin dito, imbis na RS tsaka XS, di ba, from the original, gagawin nating equivalent resistance, RES, sa secondary, and equivalent reactance sa secondary, XES. Para pagdating sa kaliwa, dahil wala na yung impedance diyan, pwede na natin ulit sabihin na V source is equal to VP. Kasi wala nang voltage drop sa primary side. Pero pagdating dito sa secondary side, there comes now the KVL. Now, i-KVL na natin to. There is the current, no, na magfo-flow dyan kapag meron na tayong given power. Okay? So, lagi nga nating iti-take note that the letter A is the primary over secondary voltage or the primary over the secondary turns. That is always our letter A, and that is what we call the turns ratio. Diba? Turns ratio ang tawag natin dito. Ang kabaligtaran ng turns ratio ay transformation ratio. No, ayun naman yung tawag natin kapag transformation ratio. Babaligtarin nyo lang. So paano natin kukunin yung RES at saka yung XES. Ulit ang RES ang tawag natin diyan, equivalent resistance sa secondary and equivalent reactance sa secondary. So ito daw yung solution natin. So para madali siyang kabisaduhin, no? Dahil papunta tayo sa secondary, yung mga secondary side yung nakahiwalay. So dapat mag-a-adjust daw yung mga primary kasi sila yung lilipat. So paano mag-a-adjust yung mga primary? I-divide natin by A squared. Pakitandaan, no? Yung mga primary side natin, kung mag-a-adjust sila papunta sa secondary, i-divide natin by A squared. Okay? Or kung gusto niyo medyo maging mas mabilis yung solution natin, pwede naman diretsong impedance na, 'di ba? Kasi dito sa part na 'to, imbis na paghiwalayin pa natin yung R at saka yung X, pwede rin naman nating sabihin na ang equivalent impedance pagdating dito sa pagdating dito sa secondary is the equivalent resistance secondary plus J ng equivalent reactance sa secondary, no? And ito yon yung gagawin natin. So, yung equivalent impedance daw ay equal sa ulit, impedance, original impedance sa secondary, ZS. Tapos, ipa-plus natin yung primary impedance na mag-a-adjust papunta sa secondary. And that is by the division of A squared. So, saan ba ulit nanggaling naman yung dalawa? Kaya ganito naman, engineers, di ba? Yung secondary impedance naman natin, manggagaling yan sa original RS plus J XS. While the JP naman is nanggaling sa original RP plus J XP. Kaya siguro no, kung isusulat natin yung original, kung mag-drawing pa tayo ng original actual transformer, so why not gawin na lang natin to as ZP, which is equal to RP plus J XP. And ito naman is JS, which is equal to RS plus J XS. Na para hindi na natin sinosolve ng magkahiwalay yung resistance and reactance. Okay na, engineers, di ba? Alam na natin how to show the equivalent impedance pagdating sa secondary. And we are now going to perform the KVL. So, saan ba nanggaling yung KVL na to? So, eto siya, this one. Nanggaling tayo sa VS, following the flow, nanggaling tayo sa source. Di ba? Ang source na natin ngayon is yung transformer kasi papunta tayo sa load. So, nanggaling tayo sa VS, and then there will be the voltage drop. Kaya merong minus voltage drop dito. So, ang voltage drop natin dito is I times Z. Diba? Ayan yon, yung Z natin. Yung current na masosolve natin due to the load, and then the impedance, equivalent impedance na nauna nating diniscuss kanina. And then finally, minus the load. Diba? Ito yung tatlong voltages na nadaanan natin. The secondary voltage, which is magiging source, mababawas yung voltage drop sa coil, and then finally, yung voltage ng load. And that is equal to 0. Okay? And then, if we will be solving for the VS, ang gawin lang natin, ilipat lang natin sa kanan, yung voltage drop at saka yung V-load. So we have the summation. Di ba magiging positive yung V-load, magiging positive din naman yung IZ. Kaya solving for the VS, that is equal to the V-load plus IS times the Z. And ang madalas sa mga problems na nire-refer natin sa secondary, ang tinatanong nila, ano yung voltage ng source? So ito yon, di ba, engineers? Now, after nga nating ni-refer sa secondary yung transformer, we can see now na if we will be solving for the V source, just solve for the VP. Kasi equal na sila. Na kung V source ang hinahanap ng problem, kunin mo lang yung VP, ayun na siya. And ang VP daw natin ay equal sa A times yung masosolve mong VS. So saan to nanggaling? Ito lang yun, di ba, engineers? This is just the part na pinakita natin sa dulo. We are solving for the VP, so i-cross multiply mo lang yung VS sa itaas. So yung VP is equal to A times the VS. Okay? So let us now solve the problem. Resistances and leakage reactances of a 10 kVA 50 Hz 2300 over 230 volts single-phase transformer are given. The primary resistance 3.96, the secondary resistance 0.0396. The primary reactance 15.8, the secondary reactance 0.158. The transformer delivers the rated kVA at 0.8 PF lagging to a load on the low voltage side. What is the high voltage side voltage necessary to maintain 230 volts across the load terminals? So this is our clue word. We are maintaining 230 volts across the load terminals. Okay? So kaya ang idea na natin, magre-refer tayo sa secondary side. Okay, pakita natin ngayon yung siguro original transformer muna natin, no? The actual transformer. Ito, para medyo maging mas mabilis tayo. So this is our actual transformer. No, sa actual transformer natin, ipapakita natin ngayon yung meron sa primary side at saka sa secondary side. So take note, kulay dilaw yung primary. We have RP and XP. Kulay green naman natin yung secondary side. So sa primary side pala, ang maisusulat ko is ganito. The R is 3.96. And then ipa-plus ko na yung J, tapos yung X. Di ba? Para mas maging mabilis na lang na we have the primary impedance, 15.8. So this is the ZP. Pinagsama ko na yung R at saka yung X. Pagdating sa kulay green, secondary side, we have 0.0396 plus J 0.158. And this is now the ZS. So dahil minamaintain nga natin yung ano, 'di ba, engineers, we are maintaining the load voltage and we are going to refer the transformer to the secondary side. So ito 'yon. Ipakita natin yung part na 'to. So we are referring to the secondary side. So ganito ang magiging itsura ng ating transformer. Ayan. So, ang mangyayari, we need to find the equivalent impedance na nasa secondary. Diba ito? What is the ZCS? So, ayun yung unang itatrabaho natin. Refer to secondary side. Now, if you can still remember, if we want to find the ZES, that is equal to the ZS plus yung ZP naman, i-divide natin ng A squared. Diba? That is our formula. Ang clue natin nga dyan, dahil papunta ka sa secondary, hihiwalay mo yung secondary, tapos i-adjust mo yung primary by the division of A squared. Okay, let us now substitute kasi nandito yon yung dalawang impedances na yon sa ating uh, sa ating transformer. And we must take note na ngayon na because we will be using the letter A, that is the primary over the secondary voltage which is given sa problem. The primary voltage is 2,300. The secondary voltage naman is 230. We can solve for the letter A as 10. Tama? 2,300 over 230. That is 10. So para kapag kailangan natin yung letter A, 10 na lang yung ilalagay natin. No. So let us now continue solving for the ZES. That is the secondary impedance 0.0396 plus J 0.158. Ito yon. Ipa-plus daw natin yung primary. So ipaparenthesis ko yung primary kasi i-divide natin yan eh. 3.96 13.96 plus J 15.8 na naka-divide by 10 square. So do not forget the square, 10 square. Okay, pakita natin. 0.0396 plus 0.158i, and then plus the parenthesis 3.96 plus 15.8i divided by 10 squared. So ito. The secondary impedance equivalent is 0.0792 plus J 0.316. So ito yung ZES natin. And then 'di ba by our introduction no sa referring natin sa secondary. After getting the Z equivalent sa secondary, ito 'yon, ito yung part na 'yon. Nakuha na natin yung ZES. We are now going to proceed to the KVL so that we can now solve for the VS. Ito 'di ba? Iso-solve natin ngayon yung VS. But before that, we need to know muna what is the current. Oh, so ipakita muna natin yung secondary current. For the current, let us use the formula since ang given ay kVA, yung formula ng single phase sa magnitudes natin that the S is equal to VI. So therefore, if we will be solving for the current, that is the division of S by the voltage. Tapos ilagay na lang natin yung angle niya based on the lagging power factor. So solving now for the IS pala na meron, that is just equal to the 10 kVA, so 10,000 over voltage na nasa load. So yung voltage na nasa load na minemaintain is 230. So 230. So ito na yun. Ito na yung magnitude ng current natin. And mahalaga kasi yung angle. Tandaan na engineers, we cannot use the angle, we cannot use the current without the angle, lalo na kapag nasa KVL. No? Ilalagay natin because of the PF na 0.8 lagging, that is a negative current, no, sa lagging. Negative arc cosine of 0.8. Engineers and students, this is the way to show the angle, di ba? Ina-arc cosine natin yung power factor. Ito yon, the angle is arc cosine of the power factor. So, ayan na yung IS natin. And I think we can now show yung KVL natin. Sino yung susundan natin KVL? Itong nasa kulay green. That the VS is equal to voltage of the load plus IS times the impedance. By the KVL na, dito tayo. So by the KVL, solving for the VS, sulat ko muna yung formula. This is equal to the V load plus IS times yung Z equivalent sa secondary side. So let us now do that. Ang voltage na minemaintain sa load, 230. I-plus natin yung IS, which is 10,000 over 230 with the angle negative arc cosine of 0.8. And then the equivalent impedance na nasolve natin sa secondary is ito, yung nakabilog. 0.0792 plus J 0.316. What is this VS in polar form? 230 plus 10,000, that is the 10 kVA, over 230, and then angle negative arc cosine of 0.8. Multiply natin yung Z, 0.0792 plus 0.316 I. Do not forget the I. And here, we have this. 241.16 volts. 241.16 volts. Huwag na muna natin ilagay yung angle. No. And then finally, ang question ng problem, what is the high voltage necessary? So kukunin natin yung high voltage side and that is the source. Now, if we will be solving for the source, 'di ba? Equal na 'yan sa BP. Nandito na tayo eh. Nandito na tayo sa part na 'to. 'Di ba? Pakisulat na lang natin dito 0.0792 plus J 0.316. Ayan yung na-solve natin. So, if we will be solving again, no, ulitin natin, for this source, we are just going to solve for the VP. At kung kabisado mo na siya, that is just A VS. Yung A natin is 10, ang na-solve mong VS is 241.16. So, ita-times 10 ko lang yan. Na-times 10 ko lang to. So, shift 2, 3. 2411.63 volts. So, this is the high voltage na kailangan natin to maintain 230 watts sa load. No? And that is the key answer, 2411.6 volts.